It's pretty good. I do like this song. It's a good song.
You know what? More so than the Pod Watcher, this makes me want to get up and boogie. You know? Maybe I'll start boogieing at the top of these things.
I don't know if we need to do
boogie.
that.
Do a little basic boogie.
I don't want to scare people off on the first episode.
That's nice.
First episode of what, by the way?
Well, that's a good question.
Welcome to Get Scared. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Get Scared.
This is kind of our spooky little treehouse pal around. If you've been watching the show, you know the vibe already. If you're new, well, get ready to tremble in your boots.
Yes, and today we're talking about some of the common phobias and also hearing what you guys get scared by.
That's right.
If you're a returning listener from Pod Watcher, we've discussed this in the last two episodes. Bit of a name change, bit of a wraparound change here, but it's still Ryan, me, Steve. I'm Shane, Steve and Lim over there. You got Madej all on the ones and twos. We're here on the exact same set.
That's right. It's green now.
The format is going to be very much the same, but we found in the past few months that we tend to circle around topics that are a bit spooky.
That's right.
You
It's a
know
bit scary.
You know what I mean?
And truthfully,
It's a very loose wraparound. Okay, don't worry about it.
The scary stuff is what a lot of y'all gravitate toward also. We see that in the comments.
And isn't that true about life, Stephen?
Well, I run. When I get scared, I'm a flight guy.
Well,
You won't see me.
That's a topic for a full episode one of these days.
What, fight or flight?
Do we fly?
Yeah, I'm a flyer.
My fear response is what you see every day.
Or no, actually, there's another one. Freezer.
What?
Fight, flight, or freeze.
Oh,
And I'm a freezer.
You just stop?
I just break.
So like a possum. You play possum.
Yes, I
Or
played
those
it.
goats?
The goats? Oh, fainting goats?
The fainting goats.
Yeah.
so later in the episode today, we're going to be running down a list of common phobias. As Matt said, an introduction to fear. Fear 101, if
Yeah,
you
in
will.
case you're not familiar with it.
This will be a primer on what fear is.
I thought it would be great to start with that because just kind of lay the groundwork, the baseline for where we all are.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Before we get into our chit chat up top, some exciting announcements. You know, we do a bit of news at the top of these episodes. So 2 minutes of exciting announcements here. One, we've got our new merch store over at watcherstuff.com. Some very exciting merch up over there. We've got a new Puppet History designs.
Ooh.
2, airing on Watcher TV, the new season of Ghost Files has begun.
That's right. Season premiere has just come out. We visit the Basin Park Hotel over in Arkansas, specifically Eureka Springs.
That's right.
Beautiful little town and a very, very active hotel from when we were there. That was awesome.
That was awesome, man.
It was awesome. Don't you try and I'll kill you. You get scared by me.
I'm scared of you, bro. But this is the first year we're doing sort of a little spring season of Ghost Files. 4 episodes, very exciting, and then we've got 6 episodes coming out later in the year. And then currently on YouTube, the season finale of Mystery Files is airing at the end of this week, followed by an exciting 2-part mini season of Are You Scared?
That's right.
So
That's right.
some exciting stuff coming up.
You're missing the most exciting thing of all for me personally.
That's right. This Friday on Watcher TV, we're going to be doing a live podcast.
That's right.
That's correct.
Get scared number 2.
Yes. So this is a new technology that they've been rolling out, and we've been tinkering with it, and we wanna be doing more live stuff in the future because it's really fun. We enjoy hearing from Squad Watcher and our viewers and our listeners. So we want to test the waters with a fun live podcast this Friday.
That's right. Are we keeping Squad Watcher?
Yes, there's
We are.
still Squad
Okay.
Watcher.
We decided this last week.
Okay, making sure we're not
That's
going with
our-
like scaredy cats or not like, you know.
Oh, that's good.
We're not going in that direction.
Yeah,
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
Squad Watcher.
Squad Watcher. it
Squad
is.
Watcher's good.
Squad Watcher's good. It's strong.
Well, there's still Squad Watcher, but new people.
New people are scaredy cats.
I think that's sure.
That should be fine.
Who cares?
Because then when you all, God willing, at Scared Con or whatever the hell, you all can say, "Oh, I'm
a cruise. It'll be a cruise.
I'm okay. I'll never get on a boat, but
You'll never get on a boat.
I'm not gonna do a cruise.
I've never been on a cruise, but I'd get on a boat with you.
All right, well, Get Scared Cruise.
I've never been on a cruise either. Huh.
Steven, have you ever been on a cruise?
I did it once and I hated it.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
the
you
worst.
didn't like it.
But anyway, they will be like, "Hey, are you a squad watcher or scaredy cat?" And they go, "Oh, I'm a scaredy cat. I kind of new to the whole
Below deck.
Oh.
No.
Well, but if they've seen No Soap Apple, then they're a squad watcher. Like,
Yeah.
If you know what No Soap Apple is, you might be squad watcher.
On the cruise, we can have no soap apple shirts, and it'll just say I was there.
Anyway, for the live podcast, you can probably check Watcher on Instagram. We'll probably be posting updates there about it this week.
That's right.
So look forward to that. I'm excited.
Yes, Get Scared live stream will be Friday, April 25th, 5 p.m. Pacific time.
Get Scared live.
Oh,
Who knows what'll happen?
Also,
Maybe we'll peel some grapes.
and for those of you who are already on Watcher TV, you'll know that the podcast has already been on there, ad free. If you didn't know that, so you could go check that out.
Well,
That's
the
right.
live one won't already be on there.
No, but I'm talking about past episodes, including even this one.
Right. Yeah, because the live one hasn't happened yet.
You thought you got me, didn't you?
I did get you. Let it be known I got him.
I need like a typewriter here.
He was got.
Fill in the noise there.
This is a face of a man who got. Look at that. I feel so sad for you. Pathetic. How we doing today, everybody? It's a Monday when we're recording this.
Also, there is a free trial on WatcherTV.com. So if you wanted to sign up for that free trial so you could watch the live podcast this Friday, we ain't going to stop you. And then, while you're there, you could check out all the
Dip
other
your
stuff
toe.
that's on
Dip
Watcher
your toe.
TV.
We post a lot of
And
fun
maybe
stuff.
you'll want to stay.
Okay. How we doing? Steven, you've been gone for a couple eps. You had jury duty.
Oh, I did. Well, okay.
Did you really, though?
I did, but I didn't.
Were you like on standby?
I mean, it is our civic duty to do jury duty.
Of course.
Right? As
That's right.
citizens of the United States. And so I've actually never done it. I've never gotten called in.
You've avoided it.
I've avoided it. But then last year I got called in and I couldn't go in. So I hit the, you can like reschedule it like for 3 months down.
Mm-hmm.
Did that once. And then something crazy happened. And I did it again. And then again. And I did so many times that they said, you cannot reschedule anymore. You have to come in. And then last week I missed it. I forgot that I had missed. I actually didn't go in. And they sent me a mail that was like, we could jail you or fine you.
That would legitimately be so funny.
$1,500. Yeah, I was like imagining they would come to my house and arrest me. Anyway, so then I was like, okay, I got to take this seriously. So then they sent me a message Thursday night that's like, check if you can go.
You got to call the
I don't know,
hotline.
yeah. But then like the message wasn't clear. So I was like, do I go in or do I not go in? So then I went in Friday. The courthouse was closed.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, okay, I guess I'm good. And then I went home and they said, okay, on the website, they're like, okay, you're good for the next year.
Nice.
But I kind of wanted to do it. I kind of wanted to sit in the
It's a lot of
chair
responsibility.
and,
A lot of
and
responsibility.
look at people and see.
I've never been called into an actual jury, and it seems. But to be fair, I've only been up for it like once.
Mm-hmm.
The other times they've been like, don't need to come in.
What kind of facial expression are you even supposed to have in that juror's box? Like, are you supposed to look interested?
I think you can
or
do whatever you want. I don't
Mm.
know.
just
I think. Are you supposed to like not try to sway people? Like if they say something, you're not supposed to go like.
No, I'm sure you're supposed to be quiet, but I'm like, you shouldn't
Yeah.
be there like mad dogging the defendant the entire
Yeah.
just staring
Just
at them.
heckling
The defendant?
Yeah, that's right.
Mad Dog and the defendant. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because that's the one you're
Oh, yeah, the
passing judge.
plaintiff, I guess, would not be. You wouldn't be. Would you Mad Dog the plaintiff? If you didn't believe the plaintiff, maybe you'd Mad Dog the plaintiff.
Plaintiff being what now? Defendant, I thought that was the person that was being put literally on trial.
Yes. And the plaintiff is the one saying.
Putting them on trial.
did-
Well,
Oh, the
prosecutor.
prosecutor. Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, yeah, but the plaintiff is the one.
plaintiff
Well,
is
oftentimes the
person.
plaintiff is the city.
Oh, sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's. I thought I was confused as well. I'm pretty sure that's the prosecutor.
But the plaintiff is the one who
and
brings
defendant
the
is
case.
more- Yeah,
And then the
it's more like
prosecutor
civil
argues the case.
cases.
We're demonstrating why we were the hosts of a very successful true crime series back in the day. Right now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, what could happen in 3 to 6 months?
You can have a baby. Right?
9 months.
You-
Three
No,
plus-
I
three
think
plus
it's-
6
I think
months.
it's only like 3 or 6
Oh, you're right. Some species.
or you could pick up a new hobby,
dog.
and and get not the best at it. You could do your New Year's resolutions,
Mm-hmm.
or
you could watch as many movies as you could.
You could eat 30 hot dogs.
that's
Or
right.
you could eat 30 hot dogs. If you're Matt, probably 90.
No, yeah, I mean, give him
100 and
in about 5 days.
yeah, 5.
Or you could start seeing thicker, fuller hair regrowth through Hims.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad for just 3 to 6 months. Let's see hot dogs do that.
Hims provides you with convenient and quality access to a range of hair loss treatments that work, all from the comfort of your couch.
Nice. Hims makes treating hair loss simple with doctor-trusted options and clinically proven ingredients
Like what?
like finasteride
What else?
and minoxidil that can regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months.
That's fast.
How
You can-
about that?
Tell you what, choose from personalized chewable,
Oral.
spray, and serum treatments to find what works best for you. The process is simple and 100% online, so there are no uncomfortable doctor visits.
No. You just answer a few questions, then a medical provider will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your treatment is sent directly to you for free.
For free. And no insurance is needed. And one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care.
That's convenient.
Sounds like a
It
deal.
It is a deal. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/watcher.
Hooray.
That's HIMS.com/watcher for your personalized hair loss treatment options. HIMS.com/watcher. Now, all of us together. Results vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
I always worry about, on podcasts, like sometimes people will pop up with like just showing their ass and having like the worst possible, like, you know what I mean? Like the guy that like caught his poop.
Yeah.
I always worry about like,
Quite literally
Feel
showing
free
his
to
ass.
look that up, by the way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
it's not. It's just people revealing too much about themselves on a podcast, and I think you all just got very close by revealing you have no idea how the
legal
justice system.
So we understand. The plaintiff is the person who is like the prosecutor.
It sounded a lot like you were playing courtroom, and you're like, "You're the plaintiff, and you make me go to jail."
There's the prosecutor, there's the defendant, and then there's the guy who has his hand over the red button.
It wouldn't surprise me if I knew absolutely nothing. I mean,
the Dr. Evil button. It drops the defendant.
I've never
into
seen
hell.
a single episode of Law and Order. I don't know how.
Gung gung.
Never
Well,
seen that show.
Dick's not going to be happy about that.
No.
Have you done jury duty before, Ryan?
I went to the courtroom, same as you, and they put me in that little waiting room area, and then I got sent home.
Yeah.
I would never want you on a jury
Why?
because you wouldn't pay attention to anything.
That's probably no. Well, it depends if I'm interested in it. Like if it was like somebody like a topic that I was really into.
You know what I've always
People versus Mickey
well,
Mouse.
you know what I've always wanted to do was like do like a low stakes jury.
Mock trial.
No, but like about like friend arguments.
Oh no, I wanted
Like
friend court a while ago.
like
yeah.
like
That
that.
was
Like
on BuzzFeed, yeah.
oh, was that a thing? Where you have a jury, like we could be the jury, and we could settle disputes among our friends.
There was a while at BuzzFeed where there was like it was like friend court or something, but then
Yes,
that turned
friend
into Rob Lowe hosted it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't
What?
remember what
I
Rob
remember
Lowe
that.
was like producing or like hosting something or promoting something, and he came to BuzzFeed and I remember Brandon Smith,
Oh.
the guy we worked with at BuzzFeed and love. He produced an episode of Friend Court. I can't remember what it was called. It was called
I think
Friend
it's called
Court.
Friend Court. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
But-
Friend Court with guest judge Rob Lowe.
Yeah, with guest
okay.
Real
judge
friends,
Rob Lowe.
real judgment.
I had a show a while ago that I think I wanted to do here called Meet Me on the Court. It was friend court, except if it was like I needed to, like if Steven owed me $50 and he said he didn't, instead of arguing about it, we would just meet
On a court, yeah.
on some various like trivial, like playing one-on-one in basketball or in foosball, and whoever won that would actually then be the winner of it. And judging by the reaction in this room, I could see why it didn't get
nobody,
made.
I like
nobody
that.
wanted that.
But
Although
That's a good basketball.
these are the shows that have gone to the grave here at Watcher.
Well, I'll give an. Oh, I have a couple updates. One, tried to get Ryan on the island this weekend, couldn't get him there.
What?
I mean, there was a couple nights when I tried to get you there.
What about tonight? Tomorrow night? Any night this week? What do you got?
Maybe. Well, tonight there's a really exciting slate of Laker and Dodger games.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Got to get him on that island.
You start late too. You start at like 8.
No.
For me, that's late.
No, because you texted me one night at like 10:30 and you were like, I could play now. And I was like, I'm in bed, brother.
Yeah, 6:30 I texted you though, and you were like...
AM or PM?
PM.
Yeah, that was the night I was out. I was out boogieing.
Maybe you guys should play in the morning.
I do sometimes.
Morning
not on
would be
weekdays,
fun.
but... 2, I had 2 sausages this weekend. They were not hot dogs. Not hot dogs.
Now, see,
I am no... Oh, actually, Steven, there's been some very exciting hot dog news.
Okay.
What would that be?
What?
Well, Matt informed us last time.
Mine is a hot dog?
No.
That's about the hot dog tally.
We sent away the judges. We got back the ruling that, yes, you ate a hot dog. No.
You did eat a hot dog. Yeah, you did eat a hot dog.
Just
What is going
the
on right
idea
now?
that the ruling came 2 weeks later. Wait, we agreed that mine was a hot dog? It looks like the governor came through.
Well, someone put up some big numbers. That's that much I can tell
It
you.
took 10 business days to get you back that ruling.
We got some big numbers on the board.
I think I might win the year now.
You got 8 down?
I got 8. Yeah.
That
8
In 3 days.
I was
not sure that they should
3
count.
days.
I was not sure that they should count.
But see, one barbecue on July 4 is like 7 hot dogs.
No, Steven, you don't understand.
Well,
He had 2 hot dogs for lunch. Then the next day he woke up and was like, let's do that again. And then the next day he woke up and was like, why don't we add one more?
No, it was 3, 3, 2.
It was 3, 3, 2.
That's even worse.
3, 2, 3,
That's even
3,
worse.
2. No, it was 3, 2, 3. I remember because I was like, I could have 3 this time. But I
I'll
would
have
like
those
to have 3
tomorrow.
next.
And for all of you folks who have flocked into this podcast now with the new branding of Get Scared, we have been tracking the number of hot dogs we eat in a calendar year.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
as provided by a
question that we got.
What
in
did
the
you
past.
put on them every time? Were they on buns?
On buns.
Okay.
That's kind of what
8
I think
buns.
is critical. 8 buns, 8 dogs.
Yeah.
And if you're wondering how that's scary, it's the fact that there's some sort of study that a hot dog could take 35 minutes off your life. Apparently.
So you don't eat meat. So what kind of hot dogs were these? Impossible,
Smart
Beyond,
Life.
Smart Life.
Yeah.
So you get the
Sounds
bun.
like a
Plant-based.
tutoring company.
And are you
I can see that.
are you putting them on a grill?
I am putting them on a skillet.
A skillet,
I see.
A skillet.
Yeah.
I see.
And
I'm not
condiments.
I don't understand the people who boil them.
Ugh. I like.
no, you boil and then grill. That's what I do.
Oh, that's what people are doing.
Yeah, I do that.
There's certain ones that work for boiling, but
But
I
the
generally
dog
don't.
carts are steaming. They're just boiling.
Usually-
They're just in
usually
hot water.
Boiling usually, yeah.
Um,
Like
yeah,
a Vienna
that's
beef, you can boil pretty.
Put it
that's
on
true.
the I'll run you through the whole thing very quickly.
Yeah, thank you.
I put them on the skillet, let them go for a little bit, flip them. Obvi. I put the bun in the air fryer for 1 minute.
I gotta get one of
Air
those
fryer
fryers,
the
yeah.
bun.
Yeah, get it strong.
You're crazy.
No, get it nice and strong.
Yeah, I
And
like
then,
a crisp on a bun.
And then I
Me
do
too.
ketchup. Don't give a shit. Mustard and
That's nice.
relish.
Beautiful. Okay, classic dog.
Ketchup,
Classic dog.
mustard, really. Okay.
That's nice.
okay.
That's nice.
You
You
did
did that
you
8
did-
times.
No, I did that 3 times.
in 3 batches.
3 batches. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
did the hot dog come in a pack of 10 or 8?
8.
And then the buns also came in a pack of 8?
Yeah, they fixed that whole thing.
They fixed that.
They fixed it?
They finally fixed that whole
That's
problem.
good.
That was a scandal I saw all over TikTok or something.
You ate the 8 because you opened the pack, I'm guessing, and you were like, I got to get these out of there? Or was there best if used by date that you were trying to hit? Or
Best if eaten 3 days in a row.
Now I'm the defendant.
I'm just confused at why you decided to
Your
do this
Honor, I
3
bought-
days.
I wanted hot dogs. I opened the pack. I ate 3 hot dogs. The next day I thought, I think I might like some more hot dogs.
Yeah.
And I did that 3 days in a row
Yeah.
I do like them hot dogs.
until they were all gone. And then I think I'm pretty good for the year. Maybe
For the year.
Maybe a Dodger dog if I go to the game, or maybe if there's a cookout or something.
Well, I had a bratwurst and some kind of hog, roll this weekend, but they weren't hot dogs.
I think that counts.
There was
feel
no
like
bun.
Oh,
I think
no
the
bun.
spirit of a hot dog is
I sent
the
you a
sausage.
photo. You saw the photo.
Yeah, it was a pretty big wiener.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's wiener shape. So to me, I don't know. I don't think the bread makes it a hot
But
dog.
something about a bratwurst, nice bratwurst, that's made out of like fine quality meat as opposed to a hot dog, which is taking the years or, the minutes off of your life. So,
But if you put that in a bun, would it have been a hot dog?
no. It's a
What?
It's a bratwurst.
Interesting. No, but I actually disagree with you, and maybe I'm an audible now here, but I think that does count.
Well, look, there's a lot of time left in the year. So, Squad Watcher, Scaredy Cats, chime off in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube or Watcher TV. Do bratwursts count as a hot dog for the hot dog tally? I don't think if cocktail weenies count, which are also little tiny sausages, if we're not counting those, then I don't know that we should be counting the bratwurst.
Maybe if it's in a bun, it counts, but if it's not in a bun, it doesn't count.
I don't know, man.
You're just
I think
dogging
eating a bratwurst
sausage.
in a bun is not a hot dog.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think the bun really does.
Wow.
tie it all
Chime off in the
together.
comments.
Yeah, let us know.
It's an integral part of the hot dog.
And bratwursts are an entirely different meat.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
like saying like a chicken sandwich is a burger.
It
That's
is.
no.
I don't even care.
I don't care either. Just let us know what the rules are in the comments. I'm making note of all of these various meats I'm eating throughout the year.
Well, even if you ate like a actual hot dog without the bun, I don't even know if I would count that. That's strange.
I would.
That's so
still
strange.
a hot dog.
Yeah,
It says
but the-
hot dog
yeah,
on the
but
package.
the bun.
I understand. I just think if we don't draw the line somewhere, then we're going to have to be debating this all year long.
I think the hot dog should be whatever
if
qualifies.
it says hot dog on the package, or if you order it and say, I want a hot dog.
Well, what if we went with regulation rules? Like when
What's
people
that?
when people do like a hot dog eating contest on ESPN, they have the bun and the dog
Well, yeah, but then you could
because you have to dip it in the water.
You could eat 10 hot dogs without any buns and you'd be like, technically, I didn't eat any hot dogs. Well, yes, you did. You ate 10 hot dogs.
But you didn't eat the full thing because they make them eat the bun. That's why they're dipping
No,
the
but
bun
on
in
the
the
package
water.
it says hot dog.
Yeah,
or,
but they're
beef
making them in
frying.
order for it to count as an official tally on their stomach.
You're always doing this. You're always bringing in rules that don't.
You're literally trying to make a rule right now. This
No,
is
the rule
ru-
I'm saying
the
is
rule's
we're
already
doing a
been-
hot dog tally. If you eat a hot dog, put a tally on
The
it.
rule's already been made. Kobayashi did it.
No, but we're not competitively eating.
We kind of are.
No, we're not. We don't even know we don't even know who the winner's going to be. If the winner's going to be I ate the most hot dogs, or if the winner's going to be I ate the least hot dogs.
Well, we may not even be like talking about winner or loser, but we definitely are tallying in an official way. So we might.
I think if you eat something that is called a hot dog, you put a hot dog tally on the board.
I think it should be bun and dog.
I disagree.
And
Did people say-
Let's say, okay, then let's say we spend a year, we tally up our hot dogs. And then you say, well, you guys didn't know this, but I ate 300 hot dogs without buns.
Yeah.
Those don't count?
you shouldn't have half-assed it.
I think those count.
They could count for half.
No, they count full. Bread is bread.
I think they can count for half.
I think it should count for half.
You guys.
If you asked anybody, you can ask a toddler, draw a picture of a hot dog. They're going to draw a dog and a bun. They're not going to draw just the wiener.
You know what? I'll say this. You're welcome to do that. Because if you're eating a hot dog without a bun, then I pity you.
Oh my gosh.
And if you're doing that for the sake of the...
Yeah, there you go. Look, there's a Reddit thread. Does it still count as hot dogs if it doesn't have a bun?
Actually, I'm curious what people have to
What is-
say.
What?
The show's called Get Scared. And we will be talking about fears.
Is a corn dog a hot dog?
No, it's a corn dog.
But it has the dog. So
A corn dog is a
Technically,
hot
it has a
dog.
dog
It's a hot
inside a
dog
cornbread.
with...
Why are we trying to skirt
Batter.
around it? Just eat a hot dog or don't eat a hot dog. Just a dog and a bun. That's like it. There's why are we trying to
Oh,
sneak
you
these?
said half though.
Just
So it's a corn dog half.
Just eat a hot dog. Like I don't know why you have to try and get all these like little like you're up in your cred.
Wait,
And
like
this is
you're-
a-
you
I'm not
literally
trying to
no,
up
you're
anyone's
the one
cred.
actually doing that.
I'm
Wait,
saying
whoa,
if you
whoa, whoa,
eat
whoa, whoa, whoa.
a thing called a hot dog, you have eaten a hot dog.
And I'm saying it should be dog and bun, a traditional hot dog.
But you just said you could do half.
I said you should, if you really want to, you could go give yourself a half a point.
Yeah.
But it feels like you're trying to get some extra creds in.
No,
here.
you're contradicting yourself. I was just asking for clarification on your rule.
And I think it's just a traditional hot dog as you would see eaten in like a hot dog eating
So
contest.
stuck in your ways, Ryan.
It's the rules.
You
Traditional
always
hot
got to
dog.
bring rules into this.
Type in hot dog in your emoji thing in like in your messages.
I know it's gonna, but ay. Well, you know what? I guess. Well, here's what something that does the term hot dog refer to the tubed meat? It doesn't. Does it not? Is that simply a beef frank?
That's a frank. That's a wiener.
Okay.
I'm looking at the packages of.
None of them say hot dogs,
and they
on
don't
it,
say
do
hot
they?
dogs.
They say all beef frank.
And then the other thing says hot dog bun.
So I do think it needs to be together.
Yeah.
So you can't get a half.
I
It's either
accept
full
this.
credit. It's either pass or fail.
I accept this.
Wow.
I
There's no
accept
half.
this.
That's right.
I accept this. Got to have bun.
You got to keep that foot on that gas.
But then it has to be a specific kind of dog. Like it can't be
Hot dog.
A brat.
It's got to be a hot dog.
all right.
Wiener, hot dog.
Well,
all
I've
beef
eaten
frank.
8, so and I did it the right way.
I've only eaten one, so I got work to do.
I think
Isn't
I
it
might.
crazy the butterfly effect of somebody calling in and then causing you to eat 8 hot dogs in 3 days? And now you doing that is going to inspire somebody out there to eat 16 hot dogs?
We got to go back and maybe we could see if the person who initially posed that to us wants to be there for our final tally.
Oh yeah.
If they could call
That'd be
in.
fun.
I'll fund them.
Yeah.
Well, the original person was like a kid. It
Oh,
was
really?
someone's daughter who was.
Oh,
counting.
that's funny.
And she only did 14, and I was thinking about that. After I ate 8, and I was like,
You're
That-
more than halfway there.
her tally for the year was 14, and it's March, and I'm almost there.
Damn. So what are these common fears?
Yeah. So I pulled some of the most common fears, and I thought we should go through them and talk about them and see where you all kind of are on that spectrum, because I do think that
Okay.
affects the way you respond to things. Shane has to pee.
Are you going to start from the top? Are we going to go in any sort
I was
of
just
order
gonna go
here?
random. I was going to go pretty random because they're not like, they're not
Yeah.
particularly listed.
Yeah.
And what's worth saying about these is that these are common phobias being irrational fears. Sometimes they can actually clinically affect your life, but the severity of them changes. Some people deal with some of these things, but not necessarily in a.
Does phobia tend to mean an irrational fear?
That's what I learned while I was looking it up.
I did not know that.
Phobia is for irrational fear. It means something you're afraid of, something that like the actual likelihood of it happening to you it outweighs so severely outweighs.
That's interesting.
Mm.
We're
how
learning
likely it
things
is.
today here on Get Scared.
Interesting.
Get learned.
Get
about that?
educated.
So what is it called when it's an appropriate fear?
I think a
just
I
fear?
think it's just fear.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I have a fear of getting shot in the head. You know,
But you don't really. That's the thing, is that you
because
don't.
if it happens, I'm not going to be like,
You
that
don't-
was scary. I'll just be
You
like,
don't like.
Yeah, you'll be dead.
You don't let it clinically affect your life.
yes, I see. Yes, yes.
How we'll do it is I'll tell you the name of it, and you can tell me if you think what you think it is.
Okay. Oh, we're going to go for some
of these are
obscure
pretty.
ones
Some of
here.
these are pretty obvious.
Yeah.
This one's called acrophobia. Ever heard of
Of
it?
course. Of course.
I actually haven't heard of this one. What is this one?
Fear of acrobats. I
I
don't know.
assume it's heights.
You were close,
There it is.
honestly, with
Okay.
acro.
All right.
Acro, it's the fear of heights.
Yeah.
About 6% of people. This affects like 1/3 of the population.
Yeah.
But about 6% of people have a clinically relevant kind of aversion to heights.
Yeah.
But yes, it's the fear of heights, fear of high places. It'll oftentimes lead people to avoid going in tall buildings, going on the roof. But I think that like some of these, like fear of public speaking, I don't really have. I've learned that.
Yeah.
But this one, I do think I'm on that.
Well, this one, I don't think I have an irrational fear of it. I can go up in tall buildings. I can be in a tall place. But
Tall
I do
person.
have that. Yeah, so I'm used to it. But I do have that thing of like when you're doing something that's really high, I don't know, but you look down and you feel it in your plums.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
No.
know that is it a Sears Tower in Chicago? What is the one in Chicago?
Sears Tower.
And they have the glass, right? You can look down on
Yeah.
the glass. And
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all.
That's one of the joys, I think, of VR. They have like that thing where you like walk out on a beam and you like look it looks like you're standing over like a city.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like
I
that.
think that's good for like facing fears, you know?
Even-
but also I feel alive when I feel that like sinking pit in the stomach.
Even when I watch videos of people standing on like a fucking
Like a telephone or like a,
yeah,
you
or,
know,
or
when
if
they're
they're
up on the-
you know, sometimes people will be like sitting on the side of a skyscraper, or if they're standing on like the glass floor that had like drops down to like several stories. I still get the plum palpitations.
yeah.
The plum palpitations.
The plummy palps, the palpy plums.
It's so I wouldn't say I have an irrational fear, but I also don't want to stand on any of those glass floor things, nor do I like watching videos of like people doing like fucking parkour on the side of a building. Like
Yeah.
I get so scared and anxious watching those.
Well, like Matt, pull up real quick. Is there like a video of someone climbing like
Yeah.
sometimes there'll be people like who climb like those wind turbines or do repairs on like, you know, like
Is this what the show's gonna be? Because I was like, you know what? I don't like watching videos of climbing shit. And then Shane was like, Matt, can you pull up a video of somebody climbing?
That's what it's all about, man.
Well, okay. I think this is what we're learning.
Oh
okay?
my god, dude,
So,
this is gonna stress me out.
I think this is.
All right, for anybody who's watching the video version, you're gonna see this fucking near-death experience.
That's what it's all about, man.
No,
I don't know if it is.
Yeah,
don't
baby.
tell me. I was about to say, why did
I
you
don't
go into a
know.
light Austin Powers?
Yeah, man.
That's what it's all about, man.
On all the fears, I think heights is one of them. For like one of the big ones for me. And I don't think it's a phobia. I think it's a legitimate like you could die.
Ryan,
You
do
could
you
actually
remember?
die.
I almost, God, I want to look up the video of this because there was one time we were at Six Flags with BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
I think it was a company. I think it was Six Flags, and you and I did that thing where you get in the
Oh
little
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
slingshot, and they pull you up.
Yes,
they
I
do.
have video of that.
Yeah, you have a video of it, right?
I didn't. I refused to get in there.
They strapped Shane and I. We were flying chest down like a Superman like harness. And they strapped us together, and they just like brought us all the way. I mean,
basically,
we were high.
you're just on a wire,
You're
and
on a
they
wire.
pull you all the way up, and then they let you go. So you just do a giant swing. But I just remember being like, well, "This is nuts." I could never do like bungee jumping, or
Oh, dude.
I could not do it.
So you don't like that?
I mean, I like
It was exhilarating.
it when it's a ride or something like that. But when if I'm just standing on the top of something tall, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But even that wasn't really a ride. That's something where like
No, that one
you
was
might
scary.
see a video of something like that on Live Leak.
No, for sure.
It's
We're
just like-
depending on like the how much maintenance has been done on that cable over
Yeah.
the years, and
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how much there has
Yeah.
been.
They're just looking at another video of like the guys who climb the tower, the 20 or the 17,000 foot
Ooh,
tower.
Yeah, I got
1,700 foot.
even looking at this
1,700
footage
foot
right now is
Right
it's
now,
not
okay, this is a
comfortable.
1,700 foot tall tower. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And they have
fuck.
to change
Oh,
the
I'm
label.
feeling it. I'm
Fuck
feeling
this,
it.
dude.
Dude.
Oh boy. Yeah, he's way. Oh God.
There's
Just farmland as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, this reminds me of when I went skydiving the first and only time. I took a picture of it and put it on my Instagram, and even when I look at the picture, it makes my stomach twist.
That's
and
what I'm feeling right now.
It was just
watching
me
this.
looking down out of the airplane, and on the step that you jump off of, it said,
Oh.
"Caution, watch your step." And up beyond that, all you see is just farmland and just tiny little dots of their cars down below, and it's
For comparison, this is 1,700 feet in the air. This is about 5 times as high as the Statue of Liberty.
Oh,
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
It is. Yeah. This is.
I just gotta go up there and change my
As we're watching this, my stomach is.
I know. I'm actually having a very physical reaction to watching this. And there's like not many things I could watch. Even if like in a scary movie, watching like a gruesome, like, you know, bloody scene doesn't give me the physical discomfort that watching a height video
Have you seen
does.
Fall, the movie Fall?
No, but I heard about that. Yeah. That's them. They're on a similar kind of thing, right? They're like
Yeah.
climbing some sort
Yeah.
of pole or some sort.
I don't know exactly how they get that high up there, but yes, they apparently the movie's great.
Even like being on like and I know there was the movie Frozen,
Ski
but
lift.
but being on a ski lift even sometimes gets to me, and I love snowboarding.
I've never been on one of those.
Really? You've never? But you've gone skiing before, haven't you?
No.
Oh yeah, those
I went
things-
skiing in like when I was like a boy
I see.
for a Cub Scout outing, but it was
Everybody I knew who growing up who did snow sports broke their legs.
Yeah, Pete, it's a very easy. I almost broke my ribs So it makes sense.
Have you guys seen the lady who did the TED Talk of when her parachute did not work skydiving?
Oh!
No, that sounds awful.
Yeah,
though.
she's like she landed and did not die.
Was this did she land in like the jungle?
I don't know where she landed. And then her skydiving instructor, actually the parachute didn't work, and I think he passed out from some sort of string.
Oh, boy.
That's what you want.
And then he landed on her.
Thanks a
They
lot.
both survived.
Yeah.
She can actually walk
He
now,
was
which
like,
is crazy.
it was actually quite a soft landing for me.
But yeah, after I saw that, I was like,
bony,
I'm
but-
never going skydiving.
How often do you guys have the dream of falling?
I never have that.
I have it all the time.
All the time. And then I do fall off my bed.
I do have that with the hypnic jerk, where
What now?
when you're falling asleep, you'll go like,
I
Oh,
see.
yeah.
I see.
You're jerking a lot in your sleep.
You made the same joke as last time.
Sorry.
Why
You-
can't
it's
I ever
everything.
talk about this
It's
without
right
the
there.
two of you going like, oh.
Look, I'm jerking as well.
You did it a third time.
Hey, that's very similar to another
Our
fear,
next fear?
Another fear on this list.
What?
Aerophobia, which is the fear of flying. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to
Oh.
guess that.
Does that mean flying like Peter Pan or in
Getting on a
airplanes?
It could be both. Some fear of flying, like just any amount of like flight heights. It can be they're often connected, but yeah, the fear of getting on planes
Oh,
specifically.
dude, being on a hang glider would be so fucking scary.
Yeah, I've seen those things go wrong.
I've seen footage of that shit. It looks
Have you
awful.
seen the ones where like people, so a lot of the times they start them out in the water, right?
For hang gliders?
Is it hang
That's
gliders?
para-
That's
Parasailing.
Oh, I'm
that's
thinking of
parasailing.
parasailing. I've seen footage of people like parasail where like the boat is going and they're like
Yeah.
supposed to get pulled out of the water.
And they don't. They get
And they
dragged.
don't. They just get pulled through the water. And like they're laughing at first because they're like, this is crazy. But then like after like 30 seconds or so, they're like struggling to breathe and they're like, hey, like it gets very scary very quickly
Yeah.
because, you could drown.
Yes.
Hang gliding, how do you start that? Do you
I
just
think
run
you
down
jump-
a hill
I
and
think you
jump?
jump off like a cliff. It's like a base jump situation.
That's scary.
I don't think I would ever trust that. Is there such thing as like an air bicycle?
That sounds funny. That sounds like something Dr. Doolittle might have.
It sounds like the thing that they have in like Wild Wild West that like Loveless
Wild West.
is like flying around in. But I just think anything that's not a plane,
Loveless.
I would not be stoked with. Even
Loveless doesn't fly around on it.
he doesn't.
James West.
He had big
James
spider.
West.
Loveless had big spider.
Anything that's not a plane and I am airborne, I am not a fan of. That includes hot air balloons,
Never been in a hot air
gliders.
balloon. You went in a hot air balloon with your ex-girlfriend.
I did, and Steven.
And Steven, yes.
I was there.
When Steven went on a date with me and my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I filmed it.
This was after you hit her in the face with a dodgeball?
That's correct.
Okay.
And to be fair, I did not intend for that to happen. She kind of jumped into it. I didn't say that in the moment. I did apologize profusely.
You did say it to me after, though. You're like, she jumped into
She
that.
kind of low-key jumped into that one. I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
Do you know how hot air balloons steer?
I've always wondered about that. I didn't know that. Can they?
Yes.
I forget how.
I think it's a control of the flame, right?
Yeah, so they basically they just find it's the altitude thing, but they raise or lower an altitude to find the wind that's blowing in the direction they want to be.
The wind is perpetually blowing in a direction that.
Different altitudes it blows in different directions.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
And so
How do they know that?
They find it.
They just find it.
Yeah. I mean, I think they just go up and then like catch the one that puts them in the right direction.
That's cool.
The extent of my hot air balloon knowledge is Red Dead Redemption 2.
You get to be in a hot air balloon?
Yeah, you do.
Tears of the Kingdom you also get to as well.
Yeah, the hot air balloon sequence in Red Dead Redemption 2 is really lovely. I think you're doing a prison escape.
Is there any other form of recreational flight besides hang gliding and hot air balloon that would not be an airplane?
There's the like airlight vehicles or whatever. Is that what they're called? The home from home away?
Or like the Thomas Crown affair.
Don't know that one.
He's got one of those like planes that just sort of just glides.
I'm thinking about the thing from Fly Away Home.
Yeah.
I think it's an airlight vehicle.
Well, honestly, also, I don't fuck with helicopters.
Ultralight
either.
aircraft.
I don't want to be in a
No
helicopter.
hell yeah.
Helicopters
for me.
really scared the shit out of me too.
I've been in helicopters
I've never been in one.
a handful of times.
How was it?
And how was it?
Good for you.
This is what I was talking about.
It was pretty good. Look at that. That's fun.
Oh, that's the bike thing I was talking about.
No, I ain't not getting on that.
Matt has showed us this is an Airlight. So this is
an ultra. This is an ultralight.
It's like some fucking Wright brothers base model.
I mean, honestly, yeah.
Prototype.
Have you not seen Fly Away Home with Anna Paquin and Jeff Daniels?
No.
Yeah, incredible film.
They fly these to get the gooses home. Geese.
Yeah.
Nah.
Based on boats, based on a true story.
Really?
Yeah. Based on a true
Does that
story.
work on? That's motor powered, right? That's not just the
This
guy
is
isn't
gas
bicycling.
powered, yeah.
Okay, gas.
Even being in a plane where I knew the person personally who was flying the plane would give me pause.
I wouldn't mind flying in like a small plane.
That scares me too.
I know
I don't mind it, but I don't love it.
Do you have any desire at all for getting like a pilot's license?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I was wondering.
I don't think I ever will.
I have no
But
desire.
who knows?
Hmm.
Seems fun.
Also, I could tell you I'll never skydive again. Like even thinking about the skydiving experience, my hand started to
Have
sweat.
you actually skydived or you just?
I did. And
Wow.
it was in Hawaii. And yeah, like I said, it's actually kind of crazy to me that I had the balls to take a picture of looking out of the plane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because even just thinking about that, my hands are like shaking. Like, what if I drop my phone and it falls and kills somebody down below or something like that? And I just remember really shoving that thing back into my zipper pocket.
Here's my take on aerophobia.
Actually,
generally,
I showed you
though,
this picture, right, Shane?
when I get on a plane, a commercial plane, I know a lot of people who have anxiety around it, and I get it.
It's so good.
Let me see. Sorry.
It's you test.
Oh no. Okay, you can keep.
So
that
you
now.
are all because all of this stuff that we're looking at. I certainly like if I'm like I've been to the top of the Sears Tower and that like freaks me out.
Oh fuck that.
Yeah.
But or like in the
I don't mind being
the St. Louis Arch where you like
Been up
looking
there.
down. That's freaky.
Take that little egg pod up there.
Yeah, and you can feel the sway sometimes.
Yeah.
Ooh. But photos and that stuff like that doesn't bother me so much. But you have a take on aerophobia.
Well, planes specifically, I have no fear in a plane
Well, now I do.
because I have no control. So like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, if I'm
That's
like
fair.
on a tall building, I could have not gotten on there, or I could fall. But with a plane, I'm not in control. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. If I'm not, I'm not. It's like.
Yeah, even when we've hit some pretty nasty turbulence in all our travels, I'm just kind of like, what are you going to do?
Exactly. You can't do
I
it.
just keep on
nothing.
reading my book or listening to my music.
Planes
Yeah.
scare me now. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, the rate of plane incidents has not gone up. They're just reporting on them more now.
Oh, I see.
But
Okay. Maybe that makes
also-
me feel better because we get in on a lot of planes. So
We do.
But also, like, that doesn't change the fact that you just can't do anything about it.
Right.
That's the thing. Like,
that's fair.
even if the rate is up, I'm still gonna die. Like, cause whatever.
I get what you're saying because if you're on the top of a tall building, or even if you climb like a tall tree or something, it's like if I don't watch my step, I will die or I
Yeah.
will get very injured based on my own actions.
Yeah.
And that's what gives me the anxiety to the point where I just like I'm gonna stand still.
Mm.
So if I ever went to the top of Sears Tower, I'd just be standing.
Freeze. That's what I do.
I'd be
Freeze.
playing freeze tag
Just
up
freeze.
there. You would never skydive though to close that loop?
I don't think I'd ever skydive. No, I have no interest.
Not even if we filmed it.
No,
he does it every
especially
day.
not.
Getting
No.
out of bed, he does.
No, the whole like, but what if we filmed it? There's no bearing whatsoever.
I'm not saying this to push you.
Because you know me, and in the past, people have been like, "Well, we'll do it for the thing," and I'm like, "No."
Here's the thing, though.
absolutely.
I'm saying that like from like it doesn't have to be skydiving. There is genuine interest, at least for me, and I would imagine, therefore, then from the audience who knows us, to see you legitimately scared or something.
Yeah, I don't care.
Is there anything that you would do on camera that you're actually scared of? Just
I
for
don't
the
think
hell
so.
of it?
No,
Really? There's not one thing.
I mean, I can't think of anything.
Watch a scary movie.
What if it's something that's not life threatening? It's like an irrational fear, like people that are afraid of.
I don't know if I have a rational fear.
Yeah,
You,
only have a
had the spider in your mouth.
I put spiders in my mouth.
Yeah, but you're not like irrationally afraid of spiders. The only ones I know of is like getting injected with heroin against your will.
So you want to do that on a live stream?
Sure. Or choking on an avocado pit.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Or waking up on a mattress in the middle of the ocean. Those are the
Surrounded by
three.
jellyfish. Yeah,
Oh, I forgot about the surrounded by
surrounded by
jellyfish.
jellyfish.
Two of those can go into our next one, which
Let's
is
hear it.
trypanophobia.
Trypanophobia.
Maybe it could be trypanophobia as well.
Too much turkey.
Trypanophobia.
Is it needle?
It's needles.
Oh,
the fear of
fuck.
needles and injections.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate it too.
I don't have an issue with those.
I don't like it.
I know I have the fear about being injected with heroin against my will. That's more about me worrying about like me being like, wow, heroin's good.
Yeah.
Oops.
Your fear is that you'd be addicted to it.
Yeah, which I don't. I've seen people be like, if you get stuck with heroin once, you're not necessarily going to just become addicted to heroin. But
wouldn't you want to like?
It's a fear. I watched The Wire.
What about like if you were like 80 years old and your doctor's like, you have like 1 month to live? Would you do it?
No, I'd smoke a lot of cigarettes.
Oh no, because okay, I want to know if I was addicted to it or not. But okay, yeah,
no, I don't want to spend the last month of my life on heroin. That doesn't sound fun. I mean, maybe it sounds like the most fun I could ever know. I don't really want to bother.
Like you're going from undercover in narcotics.
But needles in general, I don't mind them.
That's not really all that dissimilar from what they do for a lot of end of life patients.
That's true. Yeah, a lot of that is just easing pain. And
this show's making me realize it's just going to be like, I'm scared of a lot of things because needles really, I've never liked getting shots.
Well,
ever.
Are you scared of the needle? Like, what is the fear of the needle? Is it of what
needle
it's injecting you?
It's all of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, God.
I don't like pain. Is that? That's not the same thing though, right? Like
when you go to the doctor now, Steven, does your heart start beating really fast when you know you're going to get a shot? Mine starts beating like crazy.
It's more the dentist because I hate the dentist.
So
interesting.
That's another one.
My teeth are I have sensitive
dentophobia.
gums or whatever.
Dentophobia?
Dentophobia.
Yeah, you're when I see your dad, I run.
That's fair.
The trypanophobia, I don't know how you pronounce it exactly, but that's specifically the intense fear of needles in medical settings because you have a tattoo. You have 2 tattoos.
Oh yeah.
And those are needles being jammed into your body
That's
faster
true.
than you can even imagine.
I guess it doesn't process to me as a needle. The image of a syringe is very powerful.
Like audition style.
It is.
Especially when they're drawing blood and you can see like the hollow of it, when it's like the huge gauge where it's just like.
Well, what's funny about all these general fears, the ones that we're talking about, is there is, in any case, a movie scene in horror history that perfectly plays on each of these.
That's what I was so interested about all of these is that, of course, filmmaking and horror, you're trying to mirror society.
Yeah.
You're trying to show people what they're afraid of and utilize that.
Well,
so yes, a lot of these like Fall or Audition in the case of the needle.
No, the one for needles is definitely Suspiria. There's a part in Suspiria where to get to this next room, she has to jump into a pit full of syringes.
Oh.
And it is horrific. Oh, no, wait, no, wait, not that one. That's Saw.
You're talking about Saw 2.
Saw 2, but the one in Suspiria, she's jumping through barbed wire. That one's really bad too. But the Saw 2, there is a scene where they get thrown into a pit of syringes, and it is, even thinking about it,
That's horrifying.
It's not that it would kill you. It's just that like the amount of them that would just be stuck into you. Like you lift your arm up and it's just covered in syringes. Used syringes, by the way, not clean ones.
Oh, geez.
It's fucked up. I don't like needles. I've already told the story on this pod, at least last week. Steven, you weren't here of when I kicked a doctor in the nuts when I was a child and ran away when he tried to give me a shot.
Wait, what?
He was trying to give me a shot.
How old were you?
I was about like 4 or 5 years old. We should have my mom come on and tell the story. She was not happy, but I kicked the doctor right in the nuts, ran out of the room, went into a different doctor's room, hid under a desk.
You're like a dog.
And
that's what happens when like people try to groom traumatized dogs.
And it took a while to find me.
Have you seen Audition?
Yes.
What is the?
It's interesting that you say that one's.
Wait, because
that's one. It's bad, but falling into a pit of used syringes has a hygienic kind of fear.
I mean, I could see her. She was like,
you know what that just sparked in me is a fear that I have, which is that a fear of an itch I could never scratch. What is that? What is that a thing?
Messed up, man.
That's not even a fear.
Is it? I fear that.
Like the Yuri Gagarin like knocking in.
I have a mouth and I cannot. Or wait,
what the fuck?
I have a mouth and I cannot scream. I have no mouth and I must scream. I don't know.
It's like that, yeah. But it's like an itch that like I just physically can never scratch. That scares me.
Yeah,
that's the thing though. That's I think people have that.
I wonder if there's going to be any of the fears on this list that I'm not scared of. I'm kind of curious now.
What movie am I thinking of where they show a needle like poking an eye?
That you're thinking of Zombie. That's not a needle. That's a shard of glass.
That's not what I'm thinking of.
That's the Italian. It's the Italian.
Telling him exactly. It's not.
You're
a
thinking
needle.
of this.
It is not an eyeball.
It's not an eyeball. It's not like fire in the sky. I just remember a scene where like a needle is going to an eye, and you see it actually like hit the lens.
No,
dead and buried.
Dimple a little.
This happens in Zombie though.
I've never seen that.
It's a shard of glass. A zombie is taking somebody's head and pushing it slowly, a lady
sounds cool,
slowly
but-
into a piece of glass that's pointy, and you see it go into the eyeball all the way. And it's
Hey,
Very,
I mean, my
very
LASIK surgery was like that. That
Oh,
episode was
dude,
ahead of its time,
we
you
reacted
know.
very negatively to that.
Yeah.
Real quick question, actually. Do we have a ranking of who's the most scaredy cat to who's the least scaredy cat in this
Weirdly
room?
enough, it seems like Ryan.
It was clearly.
Is Ryan the most scaredy?
It clearly would be me. Yeah, I think.
Are you? I think I might be more scared of things.
I
than
guess
you
it's
are.
what do you consider scaredy
Well, you
cat?
don't like a
Because
lot of horror movies either.
I don't like horror movies. I don't like when you describe these visual things. I'm like, my body language right now is me hugging
Yeah, me too.
myself because I don't like it.
is being a scaredy cat the act of being scared or being scared of a lot of things, or is it the act of being scared of a lot of things and then avoiding those things? Because like I'm scared of a lot of things, but then I also
You
tend
confront.
I
it.
Yes.
tend to engage in them because I'm a sicko,
I think you're braver than I am in that regard.
or I'm just sick.
a lot of the like what they refer to as clinically relevant cases of these phobias are ones that cause avoidance and
Yeah.
actually manifest themselves in just actually not living your life in certain ways.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What do we got next?
Next up, we got this one. I don't believe anyone here has. I know a lot of people that do have it. Kinophobia,
Kind
What's
the
that?
cynophobia. I think it's kind.
Fear of movies?
No way.
In LA,
That's
I don't-
Stephen Lim over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Unless it's what was Captain America,
Brave New World.
Brave New World, Brave New World.
You guys
Unless
hate
it's
on Brave New World way too much.
Hey, I'm not hating.
It's
I'm not hating. I just said you
Harrison
it's the
Ford,
only
man.
movie you've seen in the last 7 years.
Oh,
It's
true.
It's cynophobia,
True.
cynophobia, or cynophobia. The fear of dogs.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
I probably had that when I was
Wait,
little because I
change.
always had a dream of a dog eating my face.
A Dalmatian.
They're often born from traumatic experiences with dogs.
And I was chased by a big dog when I was little.
Is it
But-
the Dalmatian?
That's the thing.
I was
is-
chased by a nasty husky, and then I had dreams of a big black, so almost like a Doberman or a Rottweiler. I think it was a Rottweiler.
There
There was
are
a
jump in
dogs
my
that
face
are
and
rabid. They will
tear
kill
the
you.
skin off my skull.
There was a loud Dalmatian too, though, wasn't there?
There was a Dalmatian who scared me during my evening run. A rotten.
If you
Dalmatian.
have this phobia, do not watch Gerald's
That's
game.
why I
I'll
love.
tell you that.
That's
Why
I
is
love-
Gerald's game the kind of end all be all? We've talked about Gerald's game for 4
'Cause
weeks.
we
it's
talked
fucked
about the
up.
film, and then Ryan said, "I finally watched it."
It's fucked up.
and now he's still,
A lot of people mentioned Gerald game as having scenes that really affected them.
Yeah, I would say so.
yeah.
I think watching a dog chew someone's face off would qualify.
That happens in that movie?
Yeah, dude.
They hit all the bases. Astrophobia, the fear of thunder and lightning.
No way.
Mm.
I love it.
Thor.
And lightning almost killed my dad.
Chris Hemsworth. I invite you.
He got struck by lightning.
8 times.
What?
No, one time, and then ever since then he's had sort of the sense.
Has he had near misses?
Yes.
Like once you get hit by lightning once, are you like
I
specially
believe you're
specially charged?
statistically likely to get struck again.
because you like have a charge to you? Like it's changed your body
Something
chemistry?
about it. I don't know. You can look it up.
Damn.
He is not entirely sure what happened the first time. He believes the lightning struck like a puddle he was in because he was in a parking lot.
Holy shit.
Lightning struck and he woke up like on the ground.
Damn.
It does not make you more likely to be struck by lightning.
But people have
Again.
been. But there are people
It's happened.
who have been struck multiple times.
true.
It might be
Yes.
because they're in positions to get struck by lightning more often than other
It's
people.
entirely possible.
The record of, according to the CDC, the record of people being struck by lightning the most times in one life
Yeah.
is 7 times.
Oh.
It's like that guy in Benjamin Button.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You would think after the second time you'd probably be like, well, if it's stormy, I'm not going to go outside anymore because clearly
Sometimes it doesn't even matter. Lightning can get in your house.
it can strike, I suppose.
You know you can't get struck when you're in your car?
Well, because you got your rubber on
Oh, the
ground.
car
The car-
grounded. Yeah, it's grounded with
you
the
will
tires.
not you will not get hit if you sit in your car.
Are you more prone to get struck by lightning if you're taller?
Probably.
I think so, yeah.
I think my family's safe then.
Well, it depends what's around you. It's really like if you're, this is why you like during a storm, you're not out in an open field. Because if you're out in an open field and there's nothing around you that's like your height, you're going to be the thing that it hits.
So you got to crawl, get prone.
Basically, yeah.
I'm reading a Reddit
Get
comment. A Reddit comment, and I'm not sure if it's true.
Mm-hmm.
But they said lightning has a natural predator sense to let them know when the prey is weak. So
Yo, dude.
so if someone has been struck by lightning before, the new lightning will sense the weakness and try and strike them to get a meal out of them.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true.
Now, my dad has said, and we can always bring him on to call in if we want to grill him about this.
Yeah.
But so there was the one time where he's not sure what happened. He believes he was struck. He woke up on the ground of the parking lot. The buttons on his shirt had melted.
Oh my goodness.
Shit.
And
How were the groceries?
then there was at least one other time where he was like out in a parking lot. It was like a little stormy overhead, and he just got this like sense of like, oh no. And he like ran to his car and jumped in, and like lightning struck like very near where he was.
Oh my gosh.
Coming for him.
I wonder, so he could sense it because he had been hit before, maybe?
Maybe.
He has them.
I think it was just fear.
Quite possibly.
Appropriate fear.
But man, when you're close to like a lightning strike, it is that's when you're like, wow, I guess God's real.
Yeah,
Because it is like the like craziest, most overwhelming volume you've ever heard in your life.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's just rattles your bones, man. Okay.
These are the ones we have. Obviously, agoraphobia, the fear of places that are difficult to escape from or crowded places. Going outside is what they often call agoraphobia.
Oh,
That it's the fear.
so it's actually got a different definition.
I think so. Let me make sure I'm not telling.
Yeah, I guess I've never really hammered down on that definition.
I've heard
Yeah,
of it
it's
being
a-
like afraid of
of what
going
agoraphobic would be.
outdoors.
It's
Yeah.
But in
mostly
the
people,
Agora
I think.
back in the day was the like marketplace, so I guess that makes sense, like a crowded area.
Yeah,
I don't have that. I wouldn't say I have. Do you any of you guys have that?
You're always at Disneyland.
I think I do have a little bit of that. Not an irrational, but I do. I get very. I've got a very real fear of like crowd crush and
Yeah.
things like
interesting.
that, because that stuff freaks me out.
Yeah,
I like to be on the edges of crowds. I don't like to be in the middle.
Yeah, I'm always looking at exits and trying
I'm
to.
always in the
if,
back.
if it's a very densely populated crowd, I'm making sure we're sort of on the edge of it so that we're not crammed in there.
and that's very similar to claustrophobia, but that's specifically confined spaces.
Yeah.
Discomfort in small confined places like trains, tunnels, elevators, planes.
I know I don't know. I've got the opposite of that. I've got claustrophilia. I like being in a
You
little
like it?
tight. I like being in. I wish I could sleep in a drawer.
Would you ever do the people that climb through like the caves?
No,
No, fuck that, dude.
no.
I'm gonna make you watch a video.
No.
Wait, what do you mean? Like they go through the small ones?
Yeah, where you could barely slide your body.
see,
into
that I
Oh,
think-
no.
that I
You
think
get
is a-
that's different. You will die.
But that I feel like is a rational fear, right?
Well, they
because
die.
it's so dangerous.
Yeah,
There's the
I don't like it.
what's that one? Is it like the Thanksgiving putty cave or something?
What now?
Search like Thanksgiving putty cave. Putty PUTTY.
I remember when
The
we.
Nutty Putty Cave.
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't say I had, because Mari and I, when we went to go visit family in Egypt, we went into some of the pyramids, and the way you get up is you just walk up this hill inside the pyramid that's built like a tunnel, but the tunnel is like you had to be pretty much almost on your hands and knees to get in,
Oh,
and it's a giant line of people crawling up,
that does
so
not sound fun.
you can't turn around,
I don't like that.
and that was
Nah.
I didn't mind it, but other parts of my family definitely were not having a good time, like
No.
freaking out. So
I feel like a lot of people would be likely to have panic attacks in there.
you're correct.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
To somebody there?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh, boy.
But I and maybe I was able to stay calm because I knew they needed me to be calm. So maybe if I was there alone, I wouldn't have liked it. I'm just trying to think of other situations where I was in a truly claustrophobic moment, because I don't think I have that either, actually.
When we did Dare to Escape for Ghost Files, the haunted escape room,
Oh, in the
I
coffin?
crawled into a casket and
How'd you feel about that?
I didn't mind it. And
'Cause
then
you were
when it seemed
technically
like I
stuck.
was also stuck in there, I was like, oh, that's going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. So what
But
happened?
we got me out of there.
Shane was in this coffin that was on a track that was like rigged in the escape room to like the coffin would move on its own. And I didn't realize that it was on an automated track, so I tried to push it back into the wall with Shane still inside of it,
Which
and that
apparently we weren't supposed to do.
and it jammed it to the point where it was now jammed halfway out of the wall, so we could not open the coffin.
Because the wall was basically like a little hole that it came out of.
It was like a tunnel.
The coffin was placed directly in the middle of the little hole, so the wall was above where the door.
It was just blocking the door.
So I was just like trapped in there.
Also, the funniest part is Shane could hear me talking to the proprietor there where they were like, oh, you weren't supposed to push that. And I was like, oh. And then he goes like, well, we could just pull it out, and it didn't move. And I was like, oh no. And then I could just imagine Shane in the inside of the coffin hearing all of this go down. And I was like, don't worry, buddy. We're
We probably have footage of me in there, right?
We do.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I actually never really unpacked.
Oh,
I would have been
no.
freaking out in there. I'm not going to lie.
Sorry, Matt pulled up the video.
Oh no! This is now we're looking at a frame of a video of stuck alone in a cave. Anxiety warning is the title
Anxiety
of
warning.
this
This
YouTube
is the
video.
Adventure Twins.
Dude,
Oh
God, so
no!
we're watching the
No!
Adventure
No!
Twins.
No! I don't like it.
he's basically dragging himself along a floor with water on it and brushing his back against a cave wall that's on a ceiling that's on top. He could
See,
barely
now,
move.
I'm actually getting the same
Can we
pit in
stop
my
watching
stomach
this?
with this as I did with the heights.
Yeah, this is actually affecting.
This is
me.
worse.
Yeah, this is worse.
This
I feel
one
like I
actually
can't
isn't-
breathe right
it's
now.
not affecting me as much.
He's basically in a room where the floor and ceiling is about 7 inches apart.
Yeah,
The
he's
thing is if you just make like one wrong move in the wrong direction,
you could be stuck.
you're stuck.
Yeah, because could you go backwards?
Inch, I'm squished like a bug.
I squish like a bug. I squish like a bug.
squished like a bug.
I'm like a goddamn Oreo. Oh! He just turned his face and it just went completely underwater.
I don't like it. These
Yeah.
are the Adventure Twins.
These are the Adventure Twins. This is one of them.
The other one's crammed.
But yes, that stuff like grain silos, people can get trapped in those like very quickly.
In grain silos?
Yeah.
Like in the grain?
Yeah.
That's like quicksand, basically.
Grain entrapment. Yeah,
you
there's-
move, you just
Oh my
sink
God.
lower every time.
Yes,
you move.
exactly. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just
Oh
crush yourself.
no.
What's the point of squeezing you into this cave?
Thrill, baby.
YouTube views.
Glossophobia, which is the fear of public speaking.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody here's got that.
No.
No.
A little bit.
There's like an discomfort about it. I'm
Yeah, not a
think,
phobia.
Phobia. Mysophobia, the fear of germs, dirt, other contaminants.
Don't got that.
Ophidiophobia or herpetophobia, which is the fear of snakes.
Yep, got that.
Oh.
For sure have that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yes.
think most snakes are pretty chill, so I don't really.
It's an extremely common one.
I don't like
That makes
them.
sense.
I mean, a big snake? I don't like it.
But little snakes?
I mean, you
Well,
guys
not a little
watching
garter
White Lotus
snake.
right now? You see
Yeah.
this? Am I spoiling it?
Oh, wait, I didn't see that. I didn't see this
alert.
past
Oh, yeah,
Sunday.
there's
Don't
No,
tell me.
not this one. This one. No, you saw it
Oh,
already.
okay.
The one where the snake comes out and
Oh, yes.
Walton Goggins got bit by a snake in that.
like,
Yikes.
in real life.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
On the shoot?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that? No.
Fuck
no,
that.
thank you.
Arachnophobia.
Sure.
Fear of
Classic. Great
spiders.
film.
Good film.
That's good.
You afraid of spiders either?
On the
Yes,
Arachnophobia
yes.
soundtrack, Jimmy Buffett has a song over the credits. He goes, "Don't bug me."
That's funny.
That's fun.
I have the arachnophobia.
The thing is, I can't identify visually a spider that can kill you versus not. So I don't know.
That's
Most
true.
of them are fine.
That's also how I feel about snakes. I'm not going to take my chances.
Well, here's a fun question.
Changes.
38,000 known spider species in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
How many of them do you think are dangerous?
Too many.
5%.
38,000.
In the world.
Let me say. I'm gonna guess 3,000. Dangerous in that they could kill a human, or
Yeah, that they pose a threat to humans.
10,000.
My
I'll say-
5% is about 1 to 2,000.
I'll say
so
3,000.
2.
Among the 38,000 known species in the world, about 100 species have venom that is detrimental to
Oh,
humans.
now look
Oh.
at that.
Still a
That's
lot.
a percentage of 0.02%.
No, but
0.2%.
okay.
0.2%. 6%.
Yeah, but how many of those 100 kinds of spiders are there in the world?
But also, spiders can carry infections. So there's that as well.
You would know that.
You would know that better than anybody.
Steven got bit by a spider.
You
He
get
got a
bit by
big old.
mosquitoes. What's the big deal?
He got a big old golf
No,
ball
but
crater
a
in his.
spider that was probably harmless carried an infection to me and made me go through a semi-serious surgery to get it out. So
Maybe that was a real dangerous spider.
maybe.
Of the more 3,700 species in the spiders in the United States, only about a dozen are considered medically important. Those are the brown spiders, the recluses, and the widow spiders.
This came up recently on.
Not that many.
Can you show me a photo of those three just so I know, because I don't understand visually
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
what to like. I've never done this.
You're
where I-
never going to see a brown recluse.
This happened
Why?
recent. This happened recent. I want to shout out the
recluse.
television.
We're not showing spiders on screen.
The television show The Pit is incredible. The Pit is so good. It's with Noah Wiley. But there's a thing that happened in one episode that reminds me of when I was very young. I was watching TV and there was like a reenactment, it was like probably on Discovery Channel or something, of a woman who just put her shoes on at a pool or something, and a black widow was in her sandal and it bit her.
No.
But this happened on The Pit this season where someone was like, I feel, like I'm going to die or whatever. And then they like knock out her shoes and a black widow falls out. So that's always been a fear of mine that I'm going to,
and that's, I mean, growing up in the South, that shit happens all the time.
I was going to say, so what did you have growing up around? Any
I mean,
widows?
for the North Americans, this is really all we can have. Black widows and brown recluses.
We got
And,
scorpions too.
What was the third one he said?
I said 2.
Oh, brown recluse.
Brown recluse and black widows.
Widow. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, they're different. There's a couple of different species in there, but not many. I think I've said it before on this show that when I moved back to Kentucky and I lived in a basement, I was really could not sleep afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
And I just learned as much as I possibly could.
Yeah.
I see.
And now I love them.
I like black widows because they look evil.
So is it
Like,
is the marking on the back? That's how you know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
specifically.
the red hourglass.
Okay, and then for the recluse,
That's just a
black-
brown spider.
how do you know what that?
I want to. Well, brown recluse have the little violin pattern on them.
They're very wild. If you see it, it's too late. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
They really don't want to bite
They
you.
don't want to bite you. You really have to like roll on them.
We've seen a handful of these though out ghost hunting.
I believe we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the violin? I don't see the violin.
Not
I believe it's on
always.
their thorax. Is that what I'm thinking
Let
of?
me find it for you.
I want to clarify: black widows are not evil. I just like that they look like they would kill you.
I am going to show a photo of a brown recluse.
Yeah.
What? Wait, make it smaller. It's so big.
They've reacted before. I'm showing you. If you're interested in seeing the violin pattern
see
on the
that
brown
violin.
recluse thorax,
Yeah.
we'll show you in 3, 2, 1. It's on screen. What a beautiful
Well,
spider.
the thing is like spiders are cute.
and now
What?
I've taken it off screen.
Yeah, they're cute.
So the violin's on the back.
Oh god, so
Okay.
Even
Yeah.
Shelob is kind of cute. you know?
Spider's probably my number one. If this thing was huge, it'd be even more the most terrifying thing.
Yeah.
Well, then how does Shelob make you feel?
Who's Shelob?
Shelob is the big spider in Return of the King. Remember?
Oh, I don't like that either.
We'll take them to her.
That I don't like. Snakes, a huge snake. You already know I've had a nightmare of a huge
About
snake.
Eating
That-
your
I feel
mother
like
and me as well.
It ate you, both of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this has been very helpful for me though, Matt, to like even learn those two are the ones I got to look out for. Because I just didn't know enough about spiders, so I was scared of all of them.
Yes, exactly. And you see like a wolf spider or like an orb weaver. Oh my God, they're so pretty. That does it for
These are classic.
the most common fears that people suffer from. I think you are all pretty. Shane doesn't seem to be afraid of much. At least not many of the common fears.
I don't like the ocean.
Thalassophobia.
That's a big one for me. I don't want to be out there.
I think thalassophobia. I don't really consider it a phobia because number one, it's avoidable. Number
Yeah.
two, I think you have every right to be afraid of what's over there.
The ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I go into the ocean, so maybe it's really like I don't want to be out there far, and also the thought of being like stranded in the ocean, or the ocean's just so big.
Yeah, no thanks.
And it is a place that you cannot live. Like you
Can't
cannot
live there.
You cannot live underwater.
Uninhabitable.
No.
Sorry for telling you this.
Wow, what a treat. Hey, that was our first episode
Of Get Scared.
That's right.
Okay.
And there's more to come.
By the way, we subscribe to
Yes.
Yes, it helps a lot. And we just found out that, I don't know if you guys mentioned this last week.
We did.
Okay, good.
But we found out that half of our listeners are not subscribed.
Yeah.
It helps if you subscribe on your podcast app of choice.
That's right.
If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe there. And as always, if you want to watch ad-free episodes, you could go to WatcherTV.com, where we post all of our series 1 month early, but then we also post ad-free Get Scareds every week.
That's right.
So that's fun. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time, everyone.
Bye-bye.